the whole thing of getting these creatures to bond with them is they wrestle them down to the ground and mind rape them. That dragon's like, shit, that feels kind of good. Oh, no.
Do that again.
Shit, I think that dragon learned something about himself that day.
Yeah.
Ooh, why was I resisting so long?
I like blue kitty cat people. I don't know why I want to eat them all the time.
DTmerch.com is up. And we got plenty of stuff for it. We got all kind of stuff now, from mugs to coasters to stickers to caps, hoodies, and we got the shirt of the month. Don't forget Pixie. Pixie's going to be our shirt designed by Teresa Rockabirdie. It's going to be up for the rest of December. I don't know if everybody realizes this. It's something that's not getting a lot of coverage, but Avatar 2. The Way of Water is coming out next week.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, a lot of people just, not thinking about it, forgetting about it. I mean, it's probably news to you.
Treat them.
All of them like, God damn.
Yeah.
She fine as hell.
They have thick kitty cat people.
Oh.
Now. Thick Navi.
I mean, can I ask you, how old is this girl in cat years? Because I'm all about it, man. I was looking at her coming out that water. I was like, shit, they made us sexy as hell. Look at that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, she legal in Pandora?
I imagine, maybe.
Yeah.
Only James Cameron truly knows.
Yeah, man. Well, of course, this is the sequel to Avatar 1. And for a long time, the biggest movie ever. So now we got the sequel that's coming up right here. So I haven't seen this since 2009. I saw it in the theater, and that was it. Probably caught bits and pieces on TV.
Right.
But as far as watching the whole thing, I mean, come on, it's almost a 3-hour movie. So yeah, I haven't really sat down and watched it again. So I thought that a good way to prepare for our return to Pandora would be to go and watch the first Avatar one more time.
You are on Pandora.
We're on the brink of war, and you're supposed to be finding a diplomatic solution.
Now, after watching this, because I'm gonna tell you, and it's hard to say this without making people seem like I'm trying to be different or I'm going against the grain. I'm not. I actually respect this movie a lot, but it wasn't one of my favorite films, and I didn't. Hence, not seeing it since then, I didn't have any real desire to go see it again.
Yeah.
I thought it had, for my personal taste, it didn't meet everything that I need. So I thought, having seen it again, it would probably be a good discussion to go in and see, does this movie still hold up? Do I like it better? Maybe I like it worse.
Sure.
Do my complaints still hold? So we're going to do a retro review and talk about the movie, see if it still holds up today for us. And also at the end of the discussion, talk about this lack of cultural impact that the movie has had. I mean,
lack of enthusiasm around it.
Yeah. Which I don't even know if there's a lack of enthusiasm. I mean, there's all these fans of the movie, but you still don't see a lot of things that you see with that are associated with other blockbusters.
Yeah, other franchises.
Yeah.
Sure.
But we all know the movie. I mean, after all, it's the biggest movie of all time. But obviously, we all don't.
Yeah.
So just to give people a little refresher, this movie centers on Jake Sully. There's a character right there. And if you had asked me that a year ago, I wouldn't know what to say. I don't know who that is. Jake who? Jake Sully.
Sully. I heard him called Sully by those people.
Jake Sully, huh? Is he part of Jersey Shore? Jake Sully is a crippled Marine, ex-Marine. And he gets a chance to get his legs back because this is the future. They can actually rebuild his legs if he takes this military and corporate assignment to go to the planet of Pandora, participate in the Avatar program, and try to do a little diplomacy with the natives there. Now, this Avatar program is where they've taken the DNA from the blue people, as they call them. Like I said, I didn't even know they were Navi until like about a week ago or something. But they take the DNA of the blue people. They recreate a body similar to the species, and they have some sort of technology that can mind link you with these bodies, and you can pretty much be one of the natives there. Except the thing that happens with Sully, he goes out there and, you know, I'm surprised nobody predicted this. He went out there. Those cats.
That's all it took, man.
He saw one of those fine ass cats out there, had sex with it, and said, "You know what, my people." Mm-hmm. So now that he went out there and got himself a blue cat woman, and he's part of the tribe, he feels the need to protect the civilization from, of course, the evil military and the even more evil corporate folks who want to mine the planet for its resources.
And what is that resource?
Man, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
We'll talk about that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We'll get to that. This also has the voices of Zoe Saldana and some other people that you know. The guy that the guy that plays Mother's Milk.
Oh, he's in this. Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. You know,
shit! I had no idea he was in this.
Michelle Rodriguez, Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, a lot. Stephen Lang. A lot of people that are in this huge film right here. Some people are kicking themselves because they did not be in the movie. Matt Damon turned it down to be in because of his commitment with the Bourne series.
Oh,
which hey, you know, got him a nice chunk of change too.
Some good movies.
Yeah, they're not bad at all. So, first thing about this discussion, man. Before we get into it, actually, no, we'll open the discussion with this. You saw it on Disney Plus.
Yes, I did recently, yesterday.
Okay, so when I watched this, man, I started watching this and I looked and I said, "What the hell is this?" I said, "I don't remember any of this stuff when I saw it." So what I saw, and I didn't know, I saw the extended version.
Oh, I've never seen this.
Yeah. I saw. I guess it was an extended version. I don't know if it was the one that they recently released or re-released. Okay. But when I saw it, I was like, I don't remember that shit right here. Yeah. Any of it.
All right.
And I tell you, so I remember that it was not in the version of Avatar that I saw in the theater years ago. But I can tell you, from what I saw, I like this cut a whole lot better.
Okay.
So this extended version has some scenes in here that I think actually enhances the movie a little bit more. You get a glimpse of what Earth is like in the future.
Right. Okay.
And,
wow.
Yeah, you get to learn a lot about what's happening briefly in the future here on planet Earth. We're doing some cool things, like we are bringing back some species of animals that we completely killed off.
The Bengal tiger, extinct for over a century, is making a comeback back into existence.
Now, if you're wearing headphones watching this later, you could probably hear what we're saying on the news right here. But there was a news clip talking about how they brought back Bengal tigers through cloning because we, of course, completely killed them off.
Eradicated them, wanted their pelts. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. We took away their environment or whatever. You know, I don't know what we did.
Deforestation.
You know, doing what humans do.
Oh, we're nasty.
And that's the thing. Those species might be better off left extinct because Earth looks, there's overpopulation that's going on.
Oh, wow.
You know, this is the Earth part that looks like Blade Runner or set up a sucky ass Star Wars TV show.
Does,
you know, there's a lot of overpopulation that's going on. Humans have gotten a lot shittier. So in the future, and I'm sorry for you, and I'm sorry for any woman that might be in the future. I apologize ahead of time. So in public, you can go ahead and you can beat a woman all you want. No one cares.
What?
Jesus. Strong prey on the weak. It's just the way things are.
And as you can see, no one does a thing about it. Except the dude in the wheelchair. He's the only one that cares.
He'll stand up against him. I can't. I can't. You know, it's more of a figurative thing, not a literal thing. Don't hit her, please. Don't hit me.
and you can see why no one cares. Because the moment you try to be a hero, the moment you try now there, but you think everybody be like, yeah, get that asshole. Yeah. No. The dude that beat the woman, nothing happened to him. Hey, Keep drinking, buddy. The guy that actually stood up to him, well, figuratively. The guy that rolled up to him.
Rolled up to him, yes.
What happened to him?
Oh! Oh, we're gonna throw his chair. Oh my God.
Yes. The moment you try to be a hero, you're throwing out on your ass.
Okay.
The guy that was beating a woman in the bar. No one says a thing. No, you just go ahead and keep drinking, sir.
Yeah. That's how it is here.
But the dude that tried to do something, get your ass.
He's a troublemaker, all right? He didn't do that. Wouldn't have this issue.
Yeah, get your crippled ass out
Let
of
us slap our women in peace, good sir.
Yes.
Thank you and goodbye. Wow.
and take your 2 wheels with you.
Wow. Okay.
It hurts. But they let you know quick that people in the future, they do not care about the handicapped.
Working for the company.
Check this out, man. Meals on Wheels. That is just wrong.
Wrong to be handicapped?
Apparently.
It's not. He couldn't even say that's sad. He's like, oh, that's wrong.
No, what a loser's legs don't work. Why is he even here?
Bring your stupid crippled now working legs up here. And Meals on Wheels don't make any sense either.
It's like, is he going to be eaten? Or what do you say?
Well, the fool didn't roll up with a pizza or a bag of Chinese or anything. You know, he just makes no sense.
Some terrible dialogue.
Yeah, exactly. But I tell you, the reason why I like that beginning so much right there is because I wasn't crazy about Sully as a character.
He's generic.
Jake Sully is to me is very generic, and I didn't really. Yeah, I don't hate the character. I mean, I don't mind the character either. It's just that I don't feel anything towards the character.
There's nothing interesting to him. He, to me, if I were to describe him, he's like, when you know how you play a video game and you get to create a character, he's like the default one you start with. He's like the default character model. And by the time you're done, he looks like his avatar self.
Yes.
Where he has more to do. He's able to do more.
He is the character that everybody's complaining about.
Yeah.
When they say diversity, you know, the same white, brown-haired, scruffy dude.
Yeah, they're a little handsome, you know?
Yeah.
Roguish.
Yeah, somebody said basic bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, I don't hate the character. He serves a very basic purpose.
He serves
hero.
Yeah.
That's it. Generic, just overall hero, nothing, no real distinguishing qualities beyond that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But that beginning are, you know, all this extra footage of these scenes that we didn't have before. I think they set up Jake a little bit better, man. You know, it's not much, okay, but at least they foreshadow some things that happen with Jake later on in the movie, and it explains his motivation or his character a little bit more. Right. You know, because what these scenes prove right here, what they show, what they foreshadow, is how Jake has a good heart. Jake is willing to fight for things that are right. Sure. You know, it kind of explains why he's willing to actually put himself out there. And for those who've seen the movie, we all have, you know, Jake pretty much fights for the Na'vi after a while. Yes. And so this kind of shows you why he's, you know, there's a guy that would do that with anything. The other thing with Jake is, like I said, I wasn't crazy about Jake, man. And I feel bad because, you know, I felt like when I saw the trailers for this and everything, I said, man, if anything's going to get you behind the hero is that he's handicapped. Sure. But nah, I didn't feel anything for him. And it also didn't help that when he gets to Pandora, when he finally makes it, maybe I'm not the one that feels this way, but I thought Jake was just kind of dumb.
Oh, no, he's dumb.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know all this science stuff. Like, I think he literally calls it science stuff at one point in the movie.
I ask you, what do you know? He says zilch. Glad to be ignorant.
I'm what you call a blank slate.
Jake is just stupid. I mean, I don't even know why they keep messing with Jake or why they continue with the program with Jake. The moment that Jake gets his avatar, his cat body, what's the first thing he does?
Oh, good, I got this.
Jake, you need to sit down.
Guys, get him back on the gurney now.
Starts tearing up shit because he won't listen.
Yep.
You know, and he keeps trying to tell people like I'm not just some dumb grunt, but he
keeps proving him that you are a dumb grunt.
Like, okay, maybe I get it. He's happy to have his legs. He's excited, so he's so giddy that he's not listening. I get that.
Yeah.
That's okay. We'll let that slide. But then what happens when he actually gets the legs? He gets his avatar body. He's out there doing his job. What's the first thing he does when he gets into the jungle?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, bitch.
Starts doing his Jesse Pinkman impression and pissing off every animal in the jungle, putting his life in danger and everybody else's.
That's right, get your punk ass back to mommy. You got nothing, you keep running. Yeah, why don't you bring back some of your friends, huh?
Like that friend?
Yeah. Well, what's even funnier too is he keeps touching things throughout the entire movie. Like the floor, you've never seen any of this. You don't know what they do, and you have experts that could explain. He's like, it's like Prometheus. Stop touching things.
Yeah, but Jake is silly, man.
Yeah, no, he's dumb.
Jake is dumb,
ignorant.
And at first I felt bad about because it doesn't help that Sigourney Weaver just keeps calling his ass dumb too.
That's true.
Just relax and let your mind go blank. It shouldn't be hard for you.
Bitch. She keeps calling him dumb, and at first I thought like, leave the guy alone. But then it's like he keeps proving her right.
Yeah, every time.
Again, those little extra scenes help me like him a little bit better.
Interesting. I like that context. To see why his life is so shitty, why he feels motivated to work with Stephen Lane's character to get his leg back. It's like, okay, now because before we're just told, give your legs back. I guess we can assume he couldn't get his legs. All right.
Yeah, and like I said, there's more explanation that I'm not even showing you. It's very brief, but he's really telling you like, he said on Earth, you got to look out for yourself.
Okay.
He's like, that's how bad things are here.
I like that.
That's why we are looking at Pandora to go to another planet and colonize that or take their resources just so we can just screw up things more on our planet.
Or try to improve it, but eventually screw it up. You're right.
Yeah. Now, I will tell you this, because I'm not here just to criticize the movie. I'm here to tell you what I think doesn't work, what they've improved on, because they did really improve on Jake just a little bit with that prologue right there. Yeah. But what I do like, I've always loved how James Cameron makes science fiction feel natural. Mm-hmm. He did that with Aliens.
Yep.
And what worked in Aliens is that he took machinery that looks like equipment that's here on Earth. Mm-hmm. And just modded it up to be more futuristic, more sci-fi. And that's what he does here, man. He takes construction equipment, things that are familiar to us, and makes us feel more at home with all the spaceships and the other tech that they have because, we immediately kind of recognize something, even if it is a more futuristic version of it. And I tell you, man, I love looking at the sets that they have here, the environments that they have here. But man, I think that was I thought that was really great storytelling without having to say anything.
Oh, the arrows and
the arrows and the tires.
Yeah.
I was that's great storytelling detail, man. Showing conflict before we even told anything.
Yeah.
Because we're thinking like, damn, how crazy are these cat people, man? They're trying to take, bulldozers down with
bows and arrows.
With bows and arrows. Like I said, there's some storytelling details here that I appreciate. On Pandora, when they finally get to the planet, that's where the story starts to take a dip for me. Mm-hmm. For several reasons. First, let me say, of course, groundbreaking effects here and everything. Don't really have to say that. But behind those groundbreaking effects, you really have pretty much a very basic story.
Yeah.
With the Avatar, the first Avatar. It's amazing imagery. Set a new standard for 3D and motion capture and everything, that. But behind all that, man, it's a very simple story, and I actually think that's a part of the movie's success. To be honest with you,
yeah.
I look at this, and this movie has, I think that the themes are not too complicated. They're themes that we've seen before. Some people, you've heard the comparison. Some people call this Dances with Wolves or Fern Gully or Dances with Gullies or whatever, they called it a lot of things. Hey, I would even say if you look at it, when I was watching, I said, well, shit, they even got a Lion King thing going on here.
Perfectly matches. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, those visuals, those familiar visuals.
For a moment, you thought those cat people were Simba and
Nala.
And Nala,
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah,
wow.
man. You know, it even has that vibe going on for it. Now, some say these things as an insult when they compare it to these movies. But I think the simplicity is a good thing because I think it's easier to, with all these, look, the movie's huge, all right, with all the world building and effects we have. I think you don't need any more of a complicated story. I think it actually helps keep it simple to immerse yourself in the world. I mean, if you can make a more complicated story, that's fine. But I don't think it's really necessary.
I feel like, I feel like you're right because what James Cameron clearly set out to do, he didn't want to make a controversial movie. Like a word I would not use to describe Avatar in any capacity is controversial because he wanted to create a movie that could be enjoyed by the broad masses.
Yeah.
And that's not just people in America or Europe, but people in China, people all around the world that could enjoy this story where you don't piss off certain people or certain demographics. So we're going to play it safe and we're going to give them that spectacle. That's what the movie's clearly focused on, what it's trying to deliver.
Yeah. That's why these themes are all familiar, man.
Yes.
Because, he wanted to have broad appeal. But the characters is what I have a problem with.
No, me too.
These characters are so stereotypical.
Yep. And bland.
Yeah.
And some of these are like pretty talented folks, Sigourney Weaver and Stephen Lang. I mean, they've delivered some great performances, and you're giving them some of the most generic, kind of unintentionally funny. Like you're trying to giving them like, we're gonna give them cool dialogue, and it's like, no, you make them sound like a hard ass. You make them look like a joke.
The dialogue here is
bad dialogue,
and these performers are actually doing a good job of what they have, but there's just the type of people that they are. Stephen Lang as Colonel Miles, Quaritch, whatever. Quaritch, typical military leader.
Yes.
Very jingoistic, which means he's just very patriotic, and patriotism here is earth patriotism.
Right.
Human power.
Yeah.
Hates everything else.
He really does.
I mean, just mad.
He's right up front about that, though. I will give him that. It's not like, I'll meet a secret now.
He lets you know I hate everything. I want to destroy and blow up everything. He loves war and violence.
Yeah,
and he's got the scars. He has all the scars to prove it. He loves those scars. It proves that he's tough.
Well, they can fix me up. But you know what? I kind of like it. Reminds me every day what's waiting out there.
He's already thinking this mother. He's like, do I really want to work with this guy?
Honestly, I can't tell what he's thinking because his face is just nothing.
He's probably not even listening.
Yeah, what? You give me legs, right? Okay.
You hear me, boy? Huh?
Sorry, I kind of blanked out there.
Jake, God damn it, Jake. Huh?
He'll come around. Just give him. It takes him a little longer, space travel and all that.
Yeah, Jake looked like he's on that diet smoke.
He does.
Yeah. Hey, y'all.
You've had Jake face, right?
Yeah. You want that cool, relaxed feeling? You want that look of calm that Jake has right now?
I do.
Get yourself ask Jake. Get some of that diet smoke right there.
He's on him.
Yeah. He might have took one too many. I really love these gummies, man.
Same.
I had one the other night because they really helped me sleep. And thing is, I moved up. So if you don't know about Diet Smoke, when we first got them, they were Delta 8 gummies.
Right.
And what they mean by Delta 8 gummies is that they're meant for the people who, they want to hit it hard. Mm-hmm. They don't want to, they don't want to be high.
Sure.
They just want to be in a nice, mellow place, feeling good.
That's good.
And that is the Delta 8 THC is the right balance. Mm-hmm. But they moved up to Delta 9.
Mm, okay.
And I've been trying the Delta 9 gummies, and they have been delicious, man. And I thought I was going to be knocked out. Mm-hmm. Well, I was, because they helped me sleep. But, going to bed after taking it, I felt perfect, man.
Nice. Very good.
I did notice a difference, but it felt nicer.
Cool.
These gummies, They're good for all levels of THC consumers out there. You know, they got the Delta 8 for the lighter people, got the Delta 9 now for all the experienced people, and they got them in so many different flavors.
Wow, they do.
I have apple cider, man.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, cherry lime. I think the cherry lime is the one. Whoops. Cherry. That dude is.
Yeah, he's enjoying some
he's
too.
Had a few,
He's had a few gummies. Yeah.
No, the cherry lime I think is the one that I had with the Delta 9. Man.
Nice.
It was, but it was delicious. That's the thing about them too. They taste very good and they're low in sugar.
Yeah.
You know, they keep their flavors fresh. And as they'll tell you that each flavor is handpicked through weeks of testing and sampling before they ever get released. Diet Smoke is so popular now that they can actually, you can call them up and tell them that you didn't have a good experience and they'll be willing to help you out.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, man. We've had people here on the show, and from the community. They've tried Diet Smoke and they've told us that they love it, man. Mm-hmm. I've had people send me videos.
Yep.
And they've got a few more products now. In addition to gummies, they got the drinks. And they've gotten so popular now that, hey, if you like Diet Smoke, let the world know by wearing their merch.
I got a little gummy man.
Yeah, look, Gummy Man.
Yeah, I love it.
Gummy Man is new, the new mascot they got.
That's cute.
Yeah, I mean, you hear me gushing all over this, man, and talking about how much I love it. We've been talking about it for months now, how much we love Diet Smoke. Yep. And we are sure that you'll love Diet Smoke too. That's why we're going to get you 20% off your next order. Go to dietsmoke.com and use the code TOASTED for 20% off your first order. I guarantee you're going to love it. Hey, if you don't believe me, ask Jake. He'll tell you.
Tell him, Jake.
Hey, if that face doesn't say it all right there.
That's a satisfied customer right there.
You might want to go and stick with the Delta 8 for a little bit.
8. Yeah. 9's a little too much for it. Work your way up.
I want to thank Diet Smoke, as usual, for supporting this portion of the show. And I want to thank all of you out there for your support, as always. And please try the Diet Smoke. It is great, man. We all love it around here.
Yep.
You ever tried it before?
Oh, yeah, I love Diet Smoke.
Well, we were talking about Stephen Lang and talking about how much of a stereotype he is. I mean, that's the thing with this character, man. I mean, that military type, so stereotypical. They capture everything,
every aspect
that is typical of that type of character. Mm-hmm. Of course, you know, him being angry, talking about the scars, looking at the scars. You know, he's wearing them to show you how tough he is. We see that all the time with with military leaders in movies and whatnot. Mm-hmm. If there's anything he loves more than those scars, is giving speeches with the same shit we've heard before.
You're not in Kansas anymore. If there is a hell, you might want to go there for some R&R.
You know, I mean, listen, it's a take on every speech that we've heard before, same cadence. Yep. You know, there's really nothing to this character except to be the villainous military leader.
Yep, to do bad guy stuff.
Yeah.
And he does it.
And that's it.
And enjoys it. Sipping his coffee.
Well, he's a bad guy. Supposed to.
Yeah.
And that's too bad, man, because, you know, like all the tech that James Cameron has in his movie that he does so well with, where it feels real, there's a lot of the military stuff outside of the Stephen Lang that feels very natural, feels real.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of side characters, you know, since they're not the main character, they don't have the type, they don't have enough time to be big stereotypes, but they do add to the realistic feel of the military here.
Exo-Pax on, let's go, Exo-Pax on! Exo-Pax on, let's go! Before you lose that very bad on my report.
You know, as somebody who's been in basic and anybody who's been in the military, they can say, hey, look, that feels real right there. You know, he does direct those scenes very well.
No, they got the military shtick down. I like the way the technology looks. I mean, who doesn't love a giant robo suit?
Yeah.
Come on, those are fun.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, man.
Yeah, I get it.
Same with your boy here, Giovanni Ribisi. Great actor. He's actually great in his role, man, but he's just the typical corporate bad guy.
He's Burke from Aliens.
Except Burke had, for some reason, he felt like he had more depth to him. Well, because he's presented at the beginning as a good guy.
As a good guy, yeah, we didn't know. Where he immediately like, I don't care about these little kitty cat people. Man, and there's like a stereotypical thing that corporate villains do: indoor putting range.
Oh, I was going to get
get that.
Yeah, because yes, he cares only about profit, nothing else. Mm-hmm.
This is why we're here. Unobtainium.
But boy, look, you could have come up with any better name than that. You just can't take anium and apply it to anything.
Do you know the history?
Unobtainium.
Do you know the history of that word? Unobtainium?
No, I'm sure it's stupid though. No,
it is. No, it is. So when sci-fi novelists or fantasy writers, they don't know like what they want to call an element in their books, they use the word unobtainium. That's what
really?
It's a real term.
That's a real
but they don't actually use it because it's called unobtainium. You can't obtain this metal.
Well, that's the that was I was going to say. That's the problem here because they obviously obtain it.
Yes.
So how the unobtainium?
There you go. Yes, that's a huge contradiction. It doesn't make any sense.
Either way, I hate this name, but I would have been a little bit better if they called it obtainium.
Yeah.
Because at least it makes sense.
Something, different. Yeah.
Are you serious? So it's a literary term that James Cameron actually put in this movie right here.
Yeah.
Out of here, man.
This is why we're here. Unobtainium. It's what pays for the whole party. It's what pays for your science. Comprendo?
Dumb science stuff.
Love that.
And they always rub it in your face. It's what pays for the shit you do.
Comprendo.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And Giovanni, he's Peter Selfridge here. That's his name. He's the corporate. Selfish, yes.
Christ.
Self-fulfilling, yeah. Okay, yeah. Between unobtainium and that name there, boy. James Cameron, you had the internet then. Yeah. I mean, you could go on there and find anything. You know how I found Double Toasted? I went online and just put two random words together. Yeah. You can't do that with...
People don't have that usually. So it's like, I'll just do that. Something different. You could just throw any element, any names.
I would have given you permission to use Double Toastanium if you wanted to.
Really good.
He does the evil things that evil corporate guys do. Sitting around putt-putting and playing golf where everybody else is working.
You see that?
Yes, sir.
No, you didn't. You were looking at the monitor. I love this putter, Ronnie.
Yeah, he didn't see it because he was doing his goddamn job. Like you should have been.
And you're just monologuing.
Yeah.
And mugging.
Hey, you see that putt? No, you were looking at the screen doing your...
Yeah, you asshole.
Yeah.
Be like me, won't have to do any work.
I love this putter, man. Hey, everybody's working like, I wish you go away.
He always does this.
I wish you go back to his office. They're bad corporate guys, but at first you say, well, at least they're practical. They're just doing a job. They're trying to get stuff we need. And then it only takes, a matter of time before that real evil side starts to come out. The evil side that shows that they really don't care about anything. Probably not even other human beings. They just care about themselves.
What?
I got a native doing the funky chicken here. It's blocking my blade.
These people have to learn that we don't stop. Come on, go.
Go. And to show you how bad he is, he's eating peanuts too.
Yes.
Just to show you how much he doesn't care.
Yeah. We don't have any experience of that. We know how the Navi felt. Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, David Keith. I interviewed David Keith and he was eating peanuts just like this.
What?
What you got to say?
Oh, yeah.
You heard that show on the internet? Internet lies.
Some of those lies. And just gleefully like, yeah, if we crush them, whatever. They'll move. They don't move, I'll fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them. Run over them.
No stopping. Oh, yeah.
Go. I really want to hate this guy, but I'm just laughing because he's just another corporate guy we see in every movie. No depth to him at all.
No, he's one dimensional. There's nothing to him, and I just kind of like how gleefully evil he is.
Yeah.
Or unaware of how evil he is. That's more what it is. He's like, I'm just doing my job. Whatever.
Yeah.
Come on.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's funny, but it's not compelling.
No,
it's not interesting.
And when you get these types, man. When you get flat characters like this, guarantee you, terrible dialogue is going to follow because they have no substance. Mm-hmm. And when you have no substance, you get dialogue like this.
Parker, there is time to salvage the situation. Parker,
shut your pie hole.
Or what? Ranger Rick.
What are they, 9 years old? Ooh, you told him. Ranger Rick.
These old references. And
damn.
Well, that's also like, isn't that like the first time those characters have been on screen together? They have like no chemistry. There's nothing to them. There's, they don't have a relationship.
No, not at all. No.
And, if
they're great actors.
No, they are, both of them. And even if when people are on screen, it's always in conflict.
Yeah.
It's never just like really interesting. There's no wholesomeness. So.
No, not at all. The Navi parts are very much a mixed bag for me. Because the effects, I still think they hold up today incredibly. So,
yeah, they hold up.
I mean, there's a part of the effects that might seem like I'm going to give it an insult, and I don't mean it this way. But I mean, listen, I still think they hold up. I still think they're incredible. I remember watching the first time when Jake did get up, and he ran out of that building, the facility, after he got his transfer to the Navi body. And I remember how much I was blown away by how realistic the mocap looked, the motion capture looked.
Ain't got no skills.
Little cat ass hanging out right there.
A small butt.
I mean, they're very tall and thin. By the way, they got no ass.
They got nothing.
They got no ass back there.
They got Hank Hill ass. They got Hank Hill blue ass. The men and the women.
That long ass tail. But I remember looking at that and I saw how they were moving with the background, and and I was just like, wow, this is really cool, man. I thought the Navi scenes were incredible. I mean, I like the way their tails flick when they get mad. There's a lot of attention to detail.
The ears, they go back, just like little kitties.
Yeah. But the more we got into the actual tribes, that was where it went from being, and this is where it's going to sound like I'm insulting this.
The Navi aren't real, Corey. That's fine. You can't insult someone who doesn't exist.
Can I say a little something?
You can say something.
This is where it went from feeling more like a really cool science fiction movie to an animated cartoon.
Okay.
It kind of Disney-like in a way.
Sure.
For one, and again, that's why I'm trying not to say it's an insult, but there are certain things that just make it feel that way for me. For one, it might be because they just use a lot of tropes that you see with movies that deal with natives and tribes and whatnot, especially in fantasy films. Because in fantasy films, when you have tribes and you have native people and indigenous people or whatnot, there's always a sacred tree.
Yeah.
Or in this case, trees. Also, this whole tree thing is another science fiction trope that I don't like, which I'll tell you after this clip.
What we think we know is that there's some kind of electrochemical communication between the roots of the trees, like the synapses between neurons. And each tree has 10 to the 4th.
He's like, damn, that's some terrible writing.
I don't really care.
He's like,
synapses.
He says, I'm evil corporate guy. Yeah. You think I give a now? I'm gonna run off all those trees.
You lost me a tree.
Yeah.
We don't like trees. We knock those down.
Stupid liberal hippie chick. This whole thing with the trees, they always have a sacred tree in these things, these fantasy stories, but also the whole thing with these trees being connected. There's a part in here where they were talking about how if we start killing these trees, then you kill the whole species. And they're just kind of like, well, cool, we have a solution, kill these trees. Yeah. That's another thing, I don't like the whole alien hive mind trope.
Oh, yeah.
Where you take out one thing, it takes out everything.
Shuts down everything else.
Yeah. It's a quick way to raise the stakes, and it's just, or it's an easy way to take something out.
To wrap it up.
Yeah. The romance in the movie felt Disney-like. Maybe it was reminding me of Pocahontas or something.
It's totally Pocahontas.
I've already chosen.
But this woman must also choose me.
You're so stupid.
He's dumb, but he's hot.
Yeah, exactly what it is.
Okay.
It's funny, because Kaz and I watched this, and she brought this up yesterday. Their entire romance is told through montages. Like, they really don't have that many conversations. It's just them training, and I guess she's like, well, he's hot when he trains, and so I love you.
Yeah, they really didn't get to know each other that well.
No, not at all. Yeah, they don't talk. It would have been interesting if he described his world to her. That would have been like an interesting scene, and like what their lives are like. There's nothing like that. It's just montages.
Yeah, but hey.
That's all you need. That's all you need. Put that Disney song on there.
You put a Lion King montage in there, instant love, baby.
Yeah, I guess that's
And
true.
again, that's another reason why I probably felt like it was more of an animated cartoon because of Disney. I felt like Disney references in here to Pocahontas and Lion King and whatnot. Now, again, I don't even have a problem with that. I think it's, I don't think that it was one of those situations where long amount of time spent with each other equals love.
Yeah.
They didn't really build up any chemistry. It was just like, I taught you some shit. Oh, you know our ways now. I love you. So,
the basis of any great relationship. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't think it's strong. And that's why I feel like, this is more of it feels more like a cartoon at times. But I'm not complaining.
No, as we've been saying, there's no denying that it worked, and it's the thing that I think we both is an issue with the movie overall is it's not interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly. I thought it could have been more interesting. I thought they could have built up that romance to where I cared about their relationship more. I really don't.
Yeah,
to be honest with you, I just don't care. And also, listen, and this is a personal thing with me. Okay, yeah, Jake as a Na'vi, yes, he's blue, yes. But technically, this is a Great White Hope movie.
Oh, sure.
Jake learns a little Na'vi language. He gets himself, a Na'vi woman, and all of a sudden he's running shit. This is how Great White Hope movies work.
Yeah, no, I know.
You take characters of color or a group of people who don't have any real representation. I'm not talking about Na'vi here, need representation or thing, but that's the formula. You take a person, usually a white lead. You put them in with this group of people who should be the ones having their story told, and then they end up leading everybody. Now, it's not that deep right here. Where it's
surface level. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, it's not like we're taking Native Americans or black people and anything like that and having the Great White Hope come in. But it is that theme that we have here. And the only problem I have with that storytelling here is that it works in a way that really doesn't make sense to me because, as I said, he comes in after a week of learning Na'vi and, hooking up with this chick. All of a sudden, he's the one that's hitting the campaign trail, trying to get all the other tribes of the Na'vi to work together to go against the military and go against the evil corporation as they prepare for war.
You fly now with me. So this is our land. Oh, man.
You're like, what, huh? What?
Ours.
You just got here, man.
Well, that's also interesting in the movie. It's not interesting, but you could tell like, all right, well now I know how he's going to rally everybody because much earlier on, they set up this plot point where, oh yeah, the only thing to bring us all together is when I put my hair penis inside of this giant lizard dragon. That's the only thing that's ever brought the tribes together. And he's like, oh, okay, I remember that, and that's it. Because he put his hair penis in a dragon, and I went, holy shit, he did it. All right, we're gonna follow him now.
Talking all this brother shit and us and my people are like, what? You just got here, fool.
Yeah.
And on top of that, if you really want to go deep with it, I'm not really trying to go there, but if you want to, I get it. Getting an avatar body, that is the ultimate appropriation.
Oh shit!
That is the ultimate cultural appropriation.
Yeah, I can see that.
Take a skin and all of a sudden, hey, I'm just like y'all. And it doesn't make sense to me because he starts rallying these people and it's like, okay, so the Na'vi never thought to do this themselves, their own people. They never thought to go around and say, hey, let's all work together and go against this dude who just came in a few days ago is the one doing it.
Well, this is, I think, it's also a common trope in a lot of these movies. Even though they show the native people as being very competent, having their own ways of doing things, being intelligent, there's a point in the movies, I feel like it often happens is when they know they're set up against a force that is shown. They're far advanced technologically, let's say, that they get really dumb all of a sudden. They're like, we're going to just throw everything we have on them anyway. And they get slaughtered. And that's what always happens. That's what happens in this movie, too. And then it's like you got to bring in the guys like, oh, no, you guys lost. Now I'm going to come in and help you.
Yeah.
It's another annoying thing that happens.
And the way he would, like, they accepted him way quick. I don't know why.
He put the hair penis
because
of the dragon.
Dragon head. Okay,
yeah, that's what it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got some Na'vi skills, boy. Yeah. It is kind of crazy, though, because one of the things I did enjoy about, my time with the Na'vi is that, James Cameron, sometimes it's silly, but other times it's like, wow, you did try to put some thought into this culture. You know, you did try to think of some details. Now, it was a little weird in certain places. I mean, you know, I don't know if this is weird, if I respect this. He actually gave them barbed penises. It was in the end of their tails, or their ponytails, but he gave, you know, if y'all don't know, male cats have barbed penises. They have hooks on them. I don't know. It's like a weird alien that comes out of them. And I don't know if that was the influence for this, but if it was, hey, much respect for even going that far.
Don't play with that. You'll go blind.
That's kind of freaky.
Yeah, you got that right. It's kind of freaky. You ever seen a real cat dick? Ooh. That's even freakier. And it's crazy now to what you're saying over here. You kept talking about this.
The dragon.
Listen, it's crazy how they get control of these creatures, how they bond with these creatures, because the whole thing of getting these creatures to bond with them is they wrestle them down to the ground and mind rape them. That dragon's like, shit, that feels kind of good. Oh, no.
Do that again.
Shit, I think that dragon learned something about himself that day.
Yeah.
Ooh, why was I resisting so long?
I like blue kitty cat people. I don't know why I want to eat them all the time.
Put that damn bar penis up in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's another weird thing. They're growing these bodies.
Yeah.
So do they have someone like from a salon go in and like wear a scuba suit and braid their hair?
That's a good question. Yeah, I don't know. They do not explain that because it's not like a natural braid. No, you can't do a natural braid.
No, it's not like that. I don't think it grows like that. I don't know because it's got this, penis at the end of it.
I don't know. Maybe it's like this. It's like this tube, and it's like they're like, oh, don't show off your tube. I'm like, oh shit, sorry. They have the braid covering a tube. I don't know.
So who was the person that went in and did their hair?
Someone. That's the tube guy. We don't know. We haven't met him yet. Maybe he'll be in the sequel.
Well, it is rape. I mean, because they force that creature to the ground and then penetrate them. Get your ass down. Yeah, you want this. Yeah, man. But other than that, I think the culture to a certain extent in the world in this, I thought it was well thought out. I thought, like I said, some of it's kind of crazy and some of it's silly. But James Cameron does a good job for the most part, I think, at world building.
It's the first time since the school was closed down.
I like the environments. There are times where it did feel like real indigenous creatures going around and interacting with their element or their environment. I thought he did a good job at world building with this, man. I mean, again, I thought it was the simplicity of it did make it very immersive at some points. And that's very important because I think he did such a great job at world building that it really, this world is beautiful. It's gorgeous what he built here. Pandora looks amazing. The floating islands and everything. It's very pretty. But it's so pretty, man, and it's so well done that, man, it hurts when the military starts coming in and destroying it. At least for me, it did, man. I mean, maybe because I just thought it was so gorgeous and they really pulled me in with it. But when they started destroying it, I felt anxious. I really felt, stressful inside. And James Cameron is not out here, man. Like he shows how some of these Navi people die horribly. Yeah, you
get crushed by a giant tree.
By a giant tree. My wife Mia, she was watching this and it affected her so bad because look, she's not even into blockbusters that much anyway. But she said, "Can I watch this with you?" And I was like, "Yeah, sit down." And when we were watching it, she saw how these she saw how these Navi were dying and everything was blowing up and on fire and she was just like, humans are so horrible. It's like it's a movie. It's a movie, man. No, it's true. Why are they doing this to me? What did they do to deserve this?
They were in the way.
When things started getting destroyed, the emotion that the Navi showed was incredible, man. It got so bad that Zoe Saldana's mother in the movie, the Navi mom in the movie, she had that black mama at a funeral cry. That's when you pull down the casket. Not my baby.
More like just a yell. Yeah, that worked for me. That worked for me. That moment.
No, that did. And that was a great performance by CCH Pounder.
Oh, that's CCH Pounder. I know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, CCH Pounder.
She's great.
Zoe Saldana.
Yeah, she has a good moment here.
Is incredible in this, man. Like, I'm not even crazy about the movie. I like it. I'm not crazy about it, but like her performance almost brought me to tears, man.
Get away! Get away from here!
You know, they did things where their ears going back.
Yeah,
you see
yeah.
tail flicking a little bit.
The
you
little
know,
articulations.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that was
absolutely.
pretty incredible, man. You know, I didn't think about it before, but you know, because I was always talking about the cat people, you know, and just hanging out with these damn cartoon cats and whatnot. But those performances were the strongest.
Yeah, no. Compared to all the humans, absolutely, no question.
Yeah. It makes that last battle a lot more satisfying because before I was like, you know, these stereotypes, Stephen Lang, Giovanni Ribisi, you know, their characters, they're not really, you know, getting any emotion from me.
No.
Not like the Navi are, man. But, you know, when you see these cat people out here crying like they are, and you see the emotion that finally gets some emotion out of me, it makes me hate those fools, man.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, when you see the stakes are high with them killing the characters and whatnot, I was like, okay, you know what? That's when I want to see these fools die. And, you know, that makes the end battle so much more satisfying. Although still, you know, as much as I want to enjoy it, I got to call it out, man. You know, it was a little corny and a little too convenient that Sully, yeah, as you saying, you know, sticking his damn cat dick and everything, all of a sudden he conjures up Mother Nature.
Yes.
Like they have a
god. They have a god.
Deus ex machina.
Yep.
Then he gets there. Deus ex machina is a narrative. It is almost a cheap narrative device. It's seen as cheating, where you literally call on God.
The hand of God.
Or the hand of God literally intervenes to like turn the story around,
turn the tide
to the protagonist's benefit, and they have Jake Sully goes in and literally calls their God to get the forces of nature, the whole planet, the animals to fight for them. I mean, but it was cool, and they foreshadowed that early. They're bulletproof.
Yeah,
you know, that made out of bone. It's like, okay, they're gonna come back later and help out.
We'll see all these creatures.
Yeah.
Jesus, he had one of those like 1980s like henchman deaths.
Yeah, he should do.
It's goofy.
Yeah, that scream.
Yeah.
Only women fun if you scream like this.
A little bit better.
It's fun. It's so well done, and the stakes do feel very high, man, when they go into battle. You know what I thought of when he did that? He did that. He reminded me of the Hawkman from Flash Gordon. Jive! But you know, again, you see some of the Navi being taken out in war. They're taking some of the humans out. I mean, it feels like a real battle.
All aircraft, weapons free, weapons free.
I like the horseback scenes.
Yeah.
Or whatever you call those creatures over there. Like, you know, I again, from a pure spectacle level, I enjoyed it. I thought what'd you think about the mech fight at the end?
Felt like they had to do it because James Cameron, who has been ripping himself off, borrowing from himself throughout the movies, is like, I want to do aliens again.
Yeah.
I I want to have. Except now it's the reverse. Except the alien's the good guy and the mech suit's the bad guy.
I liked it. I thought it was cool.
No, it's fun. It's a duel. It's cool.
It's the final boss fight at the end of a video game.
100% what it is.
With a big mech suit, you know, the anime mech suit.
Come on, come to Papa.
See what you just don't talk.
Yeah!
I'm so evil!
The big anime feel to this in a way too, because they have the mech, but then some of this feels like a Miyazaki movie too.
Oh, tons of Miyazaki.
The little
Studio
floating,
Ghibli influences.
yeah.
All those forests. They have like little squirrel creatures and shit.
Yeah.
Now, all of that is Nazca and the Valley in the Wind or Laputa or Prince Mononoke.
Yeah, so it's a lot of anime influences going on in this that I thought was kind of cool. The way they worked it in. Never seen that in a James Cameron movie before. And I did like the whole thing at the end where they didn't do it at the beginning where they played it heavy where, the humans are the aliens and the bad guys here. It was at the end where they told everybody to get the out. And they say, the humans are going back to their little shitty planet, their dying planet, and and they're leaving us the hell alone now.
To the sequel.
Only a few were chosen to stay.
Man, there was one dude. I want you to look at this dude right here. This dude is pissed. This dude right here. What are you looking at? He's limping.
He didn't want to leave Pandora.
I'm going.
All right. Not so hard, all right? Come on.
Shut up. Laz Alonso, that's the character I was thinking. The actor I was thinking of. Mother's Milk.
Mother's Milk, yeah.
Yeah, from The Boys. He's in this.
Who does he play?
He's the I think he's the character that probably was trying to go after Zoe Saldana
him?
and didn't get him or didn't get her. And of course, see this how it is in a Great White Hope movie, The Great White Hope lives, but Laz Alonso, even as a blue character, even as a blue cat, they still killed his black ass. Blue ass out there.
Wow. Okay. That's a little problematic. I know he's a blue kitty cat, but still, the actors.
You didn't get the chick.
No, got nothing.
White dude came and took his shit.
He was chieftain for one day. You know who became chieftain next? Jake Sully. Took his job too. His woman, his job, his dignity, everything.
And what did you get? Not a goddamn thing.
You got some bullets.
You got some bullets to your chest and a one-way trip out this goddamn aircraft.
It's very fast.
You Jake Sully! The story is still weak for me. I mean, as you could tell by my numerous criticisms here. But that doesn't mean that I don't like the movie. While everybody was loving the movie, for me, I said visually it's a masterpiece. But story-wise, it just didn't meet my needs. Like I said, the characters were flat. I didn't really find myself attached to anybody, except for the Na'vi. I will have to say that the Na'vi, after watching this, I really regret not giving those actresses or actors more credit back in the day, because they really deserved. They did a great job. It's full of common tropes, but it's a lot more powerful in some places. Like those crime scenes really got me, man. Does it hold up? Yeah, it does. It still holds up today. I mean, I actually enjoyed it more this time around watching it than I did the first time. Now, it could also be because, once again, I had those extended scenes to go by and really enhance it for me. And like I said, man, this is probably 5 minutes of extra footage that's here, if even that much.
But yeah, it's fine. It's competently done. Visually spectacular. The storytelling, characters, it's borderline competent. Borderline.